So we have this AR-15 in 5.56 that we just finished shooting, and taking the magazine out. It's empty. Held the bolt open like it's supposed to, and what we're going to do now is do a little cleaning inspection. I fired this weapon before. I built it a couple months ago. So to take it down, what we want to do first is make sure we release the bolt forward. That's done. And then we're going to do a takedown and inspection and cleaning procedure. The way you do that is you have these pins right here and right here that you will take loose to take the weapon down for inspection and cleaning. And it's all clear, chamber's clear, everything's good to go. We released our pin, everything's good. So now we'll take it down and check it out. Right here is a takedown pin. Right here is a takedown pin. So take this and take it out. And your upper and your lower will separate when you take these and push them through. And just like that. Okay. A lot of times, just for takedown inspection, you just take the rear one loose and it'll pop up. And so we got it in two pieces. And in here, you just want to lubricate and inspect. You can take this buffer spring tube out, and usually white lithium grease works good in here because there's a lot of sliding going on in here, absorbing recoil, and there's a big spring in there. This is your retention. If you were to mash that down, this sucker will come flying out. So what we're going to do is just lube this quick. Now at home I would do a pretty thorough cleaning, and so we're here making a little video. I'm just going to go over it quickly. Spray in here and lubricate. That's the main thing in there. Cleanliness and lubrication is what an AR is all about. I'm going to take this down. This barrel up here, we're giving it a few minutes to cool off and everything after we fired it. Put about 10 rounds downrange. Trying out this new little flip-up sight that I got at the store. It's mostly plastic. It's kind of a copy of a Magpul. It costs about 40 bucks at Academy. It worked pretty well. And it just has a little slide thing that slides side to side here to open it. So one of the most important things is cleanliness of the bolt carrier group. To take the bolt carrier group out, you have your charging handle where you would fire it. So what you want to do is check your charging handle and pull it out. Then your bolt carrier and charging handle will come right out of the top. Do an inspection and cleaning in here of the chamber. A lot of crud gets in here in the chamber where the firing, where the shooting's going on. So that needs to be clean and inspected. Set this around to the side. Always have your eyes and ear protection handy. Ear muffs, ear plugs. I use plugs. Sometimes both. My daughter uses both. She shoots ARs. Right here we have our bolt carrier group. Alright. Charging handles right there. So there are 4 pieces that you pull out of this for cleaning inspection. And the way to do that is take this pin right here out. Sometimes it's stiff. Sometimes you can even get around down there and pry it out a little bit. And then you get to this point, you can take it out with your fingers. Alright. Set that aside. Alright. Now you've got to this point. Next thing you can do is take the firing pin out. The firing pin is right here. And take the bolt carrier and do up like that, and it falls out. There it is. Firing pin. It's dirty. Right, we got 2 pieces out. Firing pin retainer, firing pin. Hold on to these pieces. Don't put them somewhere you're going to kick them and lose them, because your AR will not function without them. This is your gas tube. When you get a bolt carrier group, you want to make sure on top of your gas tube right here, these bolts are staked, and they peen them so they don't twist or come loose ever. And you want to make sure this is tight. This gas tube's tight on the bolt carrier. To get the bolt out, this is the bolt right here. Bolt carrier, bolt. Okay? To get this out, what you need to do is push it back if it's out. Alright? If it's out like this, take it and push it in. This piece right here is your bolt retaining pin, we'll call it. You rotate it like this. Okay? See how it is right here? We're going to rotate it with our finger like that. That way it'll come out. When it's like this, it has a hole through it too, and the firing pin goes right through it. So when you turn it like this, it can come out and get past this gas port. And when it goes in the same way, it has to be sideways to get past this. Because if it's this way, it won't come out because it'll hit this gas port. So turn it this way and then just pull it out. Boom. There it is. It's out. See the hole through it where the firing pin goes. Set that aside. Keep track of it. Bolt comes out. Pulls right out then. You want to inspect it. You want to wipe it down. Okay. Make sure it's clean. Check these piston rings. These are piston rings. We got one or two right here that are right close together. And so we can offset them. So you want to, just like in a car, if you work on the pistons in a car, you want to offset the rings some. This one's being a pain in the butt. So what you can do is take your fingernail and hold the one you don't want to turn, and take your firing pin and you can actually turn the other ones. So you can do that, or take a needle or something, ballpoint pen, something like that. Turn the rings. So then to put it back together is the same process in reverse. All these pieces here, firing pin, bolt, firing pin retainer, firing pin retainer pin, bolt retaining pin, firing pin retainer, all those pieces you want to wipe down and lube them up. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give them a quick wipe down, lube them up, put it back together. Alright, so to put this back together, here's your bolt carrier, here's your bolt. Alright, when I get home I'll do a good cleaning on this, so don't hammer on me. This goes in like so, and you want the claw on this side. It ejects out over here. It pulls that casing back and flips it out. So if you're looking at the front, you want it set up like that. You want this over here. Right? Sometimes you gotta make sure these pins are lined up. Spray some good lube down in there. CLP, Remington oil, whatever you want to use. CLP is probably the best stuff it's what's actually recommended for these weapons, CLP, but some people even use motor oil, I've heard. So you put this in here like so, right? Make sure your pin is on this side and your claw is on this side. Look at your port, alright? Just think about how it sits in the weapon. You're looking at the front of it. It ejects over here, so you want that claw over here. Alright, so the next thing is give it a slight rotation so you line up the hole down in here for the pin to go back in. Alright, so when you got it lined up, take your pin. Remember, you have to put it in sideways, just like so. And you have to line the bolt up just right. Then it drops down, and then remember to rotate it. Rotate it so the firing pin goes back in. Firing pin, what you can do is you drop it in up here and then kind of guide it with your fingers in the middle and drop it right in the hole. Well, put some hair around it, I'll get it. There we go. Got it down just like that. Firing pin is back in, bolt carrier. Next step is this little key that you got to hang on to and keep track of it. Alright, we're going to put it back in here, but we're going to spray a little lube in there first. Alright, spray a little lube here, up here, lube everything down real good. You want a good lubricated bolt carrier. Put this pin back in. If this is sprung open a little bit, just take some pliers and kind of pull it down. You want it pinched together pretty well. It's not going to come out because it's sitting inside the weapon riding on rails. Push that in. Sometimes you have to make sure your firing pin's in good. Move around a little bit, and then it should push right in and sit flush, just like that. To put it back in the weapon, the easiest way I found to describe here is take this, turn it upside down. Put your charging handle in. There's a little groove. Boom, it's going to drop in. It's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches inside. It'll drop right in there. You can see on the charging handle, it's got a little wings on it right here. And that'll fit in that groove, and you're holding it upside down. Boom, it'll drop in. Okay, once it drops in, push it in past that groove just a little bit so it can't fall out. So you have the charging handle hanging out a little bit like that. Take your bolt carrier upside down, set the gas port, which is this, right, in that groove. One thing you want to do too before you put it in is take this, get it all put together, and fling it like that. Alright, if it's new, it may not fling easily, but you want this bolt out. You want this bolt sticking out. Alright, reason being, this has to be out of the way up here under the gas key for it to go back in. This piece up here has to be out and extended. Your bolt has to be out. Alright, so we'll fling it. It's out. Everything's good. Our key is in there. We'll inspect that. Set it in that groove. Boom, back together. Alright, then you line up your upper and lower, put them back together. Make sure your hammer's down and put your safety on so it don't spring up on you if you were to tap the trigger or something and hit the back of your piece here and crack it, or the back of your receiver in here. You don't want the hammer to come up nailing these pieces right here. Alright, so that's basically it. Don't let them sit in the safe. Get them out, shoot them, take them apart, lubricate them. The more you shoot them and the more you break them down and clean them and everything, the better they'll function. But inspection often of these pieces, you know, is critical. If you do a lot of shooting, do a lot of inspecting and cleaning, that's what they're made for. They're battle rifles. If you got one that's a precision shooting weapon that you use a scope and long range and long barrel and that kind of thing, that's a little different. These are designed to be battle rifles, shot a lot, used a lot, cleaned a lot. So just take care of them. They'll last you forever. Thanks for watching.